Day 2, add into code. Today, instead of looking at and interpreting data that are just numbers, we actually have an input file that is a direction and a number. So you have to parse out what the direction is and what the number is, and then make decisions based on that. We're using a for loop, just like in the first video. We are bringing in a check to validate whether or not it is a number. If you can look on this code page and tell me, spot the mistake I'm going to make later, I will give you 5 points. Inside of the for loop, we're going to take those numbers and assign them into a variable. And since I kind of got burnt on variable types in the first day's work, I just did a little bit of pre-inspection to make sure that I know when I'm converting it to a string and when I'm converting it to an integer. You can only perform mathematical manipulations on integers and not strings. It took some time to break out a function, like a little helper function, so that I could keep reusing that code. What's up, pup? You wanna come up? Come here. He really only wants to be up here when I'm recording. It's kind of funny. It's like he can tell. So I did break the function out into separate code blocks so that I could keep reusing the same code and have my if statement not be dirty. Help keep things clean. After the for direction was verified working, the rest of the code was pretty much rinse and repeat with the up variable and with the down variable, just performing different operands on the depth, depending on whether or not you're going up or down. And depth is an inverse property. So if you're increasing your depth, you're actually going deeper, your number increases. I think I have a better way to show this. If you're decreasing your depth, you're going towards the surface and your number decreases. I hope that makes sense. Your depth increases the farther you go down. The depth decreases the farther you come to the surface or go up. I'm gonna pause the video and give you one more opportunity to look over my code and just see if you can spot the simple mistake I made right before I reveal it. And I don't know, if you get it, leave a comment. If you didn't, leave one too. Here's the answer in 3, what am I doing with my hands? Here's the answer. I was still enumerating through the list. I didn't need to do that, so I just took that out. It's just a standard for loop. And with that, for part 1, we got our first gold star. Hooray! You know, part 2, we introduced a new variable type called aim, which just changed the angle and direction of the ship itself, and it wouldn't perform an action. It wouldn't actually affect anything until the forward direction was executed. So I got a little tripped up there. I thought that we were changing things before, like on the up and on the down, but that's not the case. We were only changing the depth when the submarine actually moved forward. So after I sorted that out, I was also setting depth. Like I was setting the variable depth to equal the aim times the directional input. I needed to plus equals the depth so that it wouldn't reassign the variable every time the direction was executed. So once I changed that, once I fixed those little typos, part 2 was chicken dinner / gold star time. We got our new output and we got our second gold star. So day 2 is completed. That was it. Let me look at my code before I talk about my code. Makes it, I have to like try to remember what I'm writing. Just because I wrote the code, it doesn't mean I can't look at it before, like while I'm making this video.